This is 5 minutes for breathing. It can be the start of a longer breathing practice or a meditation or a complete reset in and of itself. I recommend using a yoga strap. If you don't have one, don't worry about it. You'll use your hands on your ribs instead. But the strap is a magnificent way to keep your mind's eye focused on your rib cage and what we call breathing with circumference. And you'll put the strap around the lower ribs and then tighten it enough that you can feel yourself breathing into it, but not so tight that it restricts your breathing. When you inhale, you'll fill up front, back, side to side. And then when you exhale, the front ribs come in and down, side ribs come in and down like the gills of a fish closing. But the back ribs you want to stay quite full. And again, note that the strap gets loose and I will feel like it's going to fall off. Don't worry about it. Resist getting fussy. Here we go. You're going to inhale. Exhale. Pursed lips like you're breathing through a straw is very powerful. It creates a naturally elongated exhale, which is very soothing for the nervous system. You can always do in and out through the nose instead. And if you're using a strap, your hands can rest anywhere that's comfortable. If you don't have a strap, put your hands on your lower front ribs so you can get this sense of expansion, this natural wave pattern of your breathing. Inhale, front, back, side to side. Exhale, front ribs come in and down, side ribs close like the gills of a fish. Inhale, for the next 3 breaths, focus especially on the back ribs. The connective tissue here can be tight or even like creased, almost stuck like saran wrap. And as you inhale, you want to fill up that back rib region like you're spreading it out, opening it up, smoothing out the saran wrap. And then on the exhale, as the front ribs drop in and down, side ribs close, you want that back rib area and connective tissue to stay spacious. For most long-term yoga practitioner, that T12 back rib region is very restricted because of the rib flare pattern. And people ask how to open it up, and the simple and profound answer is right here, right now, through this breathing pattern. In fact, it's the only way I've found to keep it open and spacious. Now that you've dialed in the respiratory diaphragm, the engine of your breathing and your true core, direct your mind's eye to your pelvic floor. Get grounded and even between your sitting bones. And then as you inhale and the ribs expand, the respiratory diaphragm expands, and you want to feel the pelvic floor expand and widen and descend slightly. And then on the exhale, as the front ribs drop in and down, you want to feel the pelvic floor gathered up and in, like it's pulling to the crown of your head like cloth. And keep going, training that rhythm of respiratory diaphragm and pelvic floor. On the inhale, the respiratory diaphragm is active and the pelvic floor is passive and reflective of that. On the exhale, the diaphragm goes back to its resting position and the pelvic floor is active. A few more rounds here. Now, when students do this type of breathing, especially when they're breathing for core, there's a tendency to drop the head and round the shoulders forward. To counter that, put one hand behind your head, thumb at the occipital ridge, and the other hand, the fingers underneath your chin. And you're going to press your chin down a little bit into your fingers and then use the hand on the back of your skull to lengthen up. And then keep this so there's light tone in the back of your throat, but almost like a loft and lift in the roof of your mouth, and go back to your breathing. I know it's a little bit tricky here. This is Bandha training, deep core activation. Just one more. Now keep your head and neck in that position, but release your hands, put them back into whatever position you're using, and just 5 more breaths to close. Notice if you feel effortlessly upright, powerful, maybe even regal. 3 more rounds. And you can always continue. May this breathing carry you for the rest of your day.